Things you thought were normal growing up. We thought it was normal for our friends to have to take our mom to run errands before we were allowed to go anywhere, like as teenagers, because she never had a driver's license. So when our friends would come to pick us up, she would make them take her to run errands or to the grocery store. Or one time she jumped in my friend's car and was like, "Take me to Cheryl's. I'm going to whoop her right now." And my friend did, took her to fight another woman. So,
And things you thought were normal, we never drove on the highway. We always drove back roads. I mean, always drove back roads. And the windows was always up, and they were always hitting that stuff.
so we probably spent most of our childhood with like a contact bus and didn't even know.
Always.
So we probably weren't really airheaded. We were just high.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
Trailer Park Chronicles. Things you thought were normal, like part two. We thought that we were allergic to codeine until we became adults. Come to find out, Mom put that on there so they wouldn't give us codeine and they would give us codone, which was Lortabs. So I'm 37 and I still have to tell the pharmacist, no, I'm not allergic to codeine. And he says, well, it says here. I'm like, my mom was a drug addict. I'm not allergic to codeine. I mean, Jessica's like 43, and she still has to say, I'm not allergic to codeine. So if you have a parent that's a drug addict, then you know what we're talking about, saying that you're allergic to codeine.
Or when your credit is bad at 12.
Yeah, we had bad credit.
Yeah, I mean,
because we had TV guides, satellite, or cable in our name, phones in our name.
And you think it's normal, like my mom smoked a joint with the cable guy, and we got free cable, and threatened him if he cut it off, she's calling his boss. That was normal.
Hey, we got free cable. Things you thought were normal as a kid that aren't normal. Part 3. Our mom had more mug shots than she ever had, like photos of herself, like with the kids or even by herself, because she fought all the time. Or she had several DUIs. 3.
Oh, no, the 3 in 1 month. No.
So she was like a habitual DUI offender. So we never got to eat like Thanksgiving or Christmas because she would either cuss somebody out when we get there or slap somebody, or she already had beef with them and hadn't spoke to them in 2 years. So we got to pull up, get out, get all excited, and then get right back in the car because Mom's done slapped somebody.
And we thought it was normal to sit up till midnight and shoot mice out of the stove with a BB gun.
Yes.
That was normal because the whole trailer park done it. So it wasn't just us.
Yeah. Things you thought were normal growing up. Part 4.
Like when your mom got her food stamps and they didn't have any cash, they would load all of us kids in the car, take us down to the little grocery store, send us in to buy 1 piece of bubble gum with $1 food stamp, because then she got the change back to get her and her sister some cigarettes. That was very important. Yeah. And we done it.
Yeah. I mean, I remember being like so small I couldn't even see over the counter, like giving the food stamp. For my piece of gum. I didn't care. I just want my piece of gum.
Don't you know we stopped on the way home and got 30 cents in gas because the hoopty that my aunt drove, we needed that gas. And we got 30 cents in gas and they got a pack of cigarettes to share. And that's just what they did.
Yeah. Thanks for all the love, y'all. We've got plenty more stuff. We've got stuff wrote down. Our brothers like giving us memories that we forgot. And thank y'all for relating to, well, it's sad that y'all can relate to us, but we hope y'all find
we never needed a therapist. We just needed TikTok.
Right.
We never needed
We're hairdressers, so. Things you thought were normal, part 474. No, I'm just kidding. We don't remember what part we're on. But things you thought were normal. We never had a dustpan. We always used cardboard or like a envelope that mail come in, or Mom like swept it out the door. Like, a dustpan, that was for rich people.
And we didn't never have no trash can. My mama hung bags on the
grocery
cabinets.
bags.
Yeah, cabinet doors. We didn't ever have no trash cans, and we never had toilet paper.
We always had napkins from the gas station, or I guess McDonald's, but we didn't eat McDonald's, so where did we get the...
Who knows? Who knows?
She probably got them from the gas station where you do the fill up your cup, fountain drinks or whatever, but we didn't. That just sat on the back of the toilet.
Probably the same store she sent us in to cash in her food stamp.
I mean, it was weird when you got grown and realized that people have trash cans in like every room. And then when she got older, she had a trash can in every room. And I'm like, and we didn't even have one. Things you thought were normal growing up, turns out they're not. Our beds never were on frames. They were always on the floor. Like, we never had a headboard, footboard, or like slats, or like, all of our beds were on the floor. And even when our mom passed away, she still had mattresses on the floor.
And we never had dresser drawers.
What do we put our clothes in?
We didn't have no clothes.
Oh, I don't remember Chester drawers.
No.
Chest of drawers.
Yes.
I thought it was Chester drawers,
Yes.
like a man, for years. Well, until like 2 years ago.
No, and never had like a comforter set or, no, we had a flat sheet, never had a fitted sheet, flat sheet, and old, like, itchy blanket.
Yes, those hospital blankets. Like
Yes.
yes. Hospital blankets. Yes.
And they
I
were
hate
always
those
on the floor. We never had a bed frame.
And our mom always had a stereo system from like Holly Myers or Finger Hut.
Yeah.
But I mean, we didn't have lights or nothing. I don't know how we ran it, but
I mean, a huge stereo
system.
system. Yes.
Homeless, but we things you thought were normal growing up that totally aren't. When you grow up on government assistance, you know when the first of the month is. Like even in first grade, I knew when the first of the month was. I knew that the cabinets were going to be restocked. I knew Mom was going to be in a good mood. I knew that we were going to get good food that night. And I knew that if we had any kind of needs at school, that Mom may have the money for them around the first.
Oh no, at the first, like you couldn't even get to the mailbox because everybody was standing around because we had one big metal mailbox and everybody's mailbox was in that. And the postman, I mean, there was fights that broke out over there. Like, you owe me such and such food stamps, or you need to pay your food stamps today. Yeah, the mailman even threatened not to come back over there.
Things you thought were normal growing up that totally aren't normal. Our grandmother and our aunts worked at the nursing home. So when one of the residents would die, they would bring their like clothes that the family didn't want home and their eggshell like foam mattresses. And we thought that was normal. Like my uncle would walk through and be like, I don't know who this JD guy is, but boy, we're the same size. Like I think all my grandmother's clothes had some woman's name written in the waistband or.
Oh yeah. Or when it snowed, we wore their socks on our hands. Because we didn't have gloves, and it would be like, you know, Carolyn so-and-so on it.
Edith, or whatever. I mean, Nanny would wear their bras. I mean.
Yes, and let me tell you, they died on them eggshells, but we slept fine on them.
We had no idea that was like not normal, and like we had always got, Mom would be like, y'all getting a new eggshell, so-and-so passed away. I'm like, okay, cool. Things you thought were normal growing up. Anytime someone passed away, we would have to go up to the jail and ask for someone to get furloughed, sometimes two people to get furloughed. And, you know, like swear on everything that we're going to bring them back in one piece or they're not going to run or whatever. But they never did.
And every time somebody dies, like, we got two people that is always so messed up out of their mind. Like, when they start the prayer and everybody's head goes down, their head goes back. They have no idea what's going on with that funeral home. Yep. Every time. Every time. Here's things you thought were normal as a child growing up. Moving all the time. Like, I envy people who lived in the same spot their whole entire life.
Yeah.
Like, because we would move like 2 trailers up to the same amount of bedrooms in the same trailer park.
Let us tell you about the lady that owned the trailer park. She would take, for Section 8 purposes, she would take one bedroom in the trailer and split it down the middle and put a paneling wall up and make it 2 bedrooms, which should be illegal as hell because technically you're supposed to have a closet in order for it to be a bedroom, but that way she could get Section 8 on like a 4-bedroom instead of a 3-bedroom. And honey, I mean,
you couldn't even get a baby bed mattress down in the floor.
Well, you'd have to put the mattress in and then shove it down.
Yes.
So when you got in there,
you definitely wasn't getting the end table in there.
No. And you wasn't walking around the bed. You was just falling onto the bed.
Yes.
I was proud as hell of my little closet.
Yeah, so that's things that we thought that was
normal. We moved a lot.
Yes, and then when I met my children's...
Like part 2 of the things you thought were normal about the moving.
Yeah, because like I envy people who actually lived in the same spot like their whole life. My children did. Well, my boys did. But I also envy people who have like a family graveyard. Like, we don't have that.
We don't have heritage.
But like, if somebody in our family dies, hell, we just have them cremated and tote their ashes around, I guess, till we die, and we'll just hopefully get like a 2-for-1 up there at the funeral home.
Right.
That way, you know, we can just stick it in our casket, or my kids can just have me cremated and they can tote me and Mama around for a while, and then maybe they'll start a graveyard with our names on it.
Well, see, like we could spread Mom's ashes, but like, where do we spread them? We thought about spreading them at the jail. She spent more time there, like,
or the pharmacy.
Well, yeah.
Or at the clinic.
Yeah. Well, she was blacklisted from there. But I told my husband one time, I said, I'm jealous of you because you have like heritage and lineage and you lived in the same spot. And he goes, yeah, but who can say they lived in over like 30 places? I was like,
that ain't nothing to be proud of.
Really? Yeah, I can't wait.
He's just trying to make you feel good, sis.
Exactly.
He feels sorry for you.
So, anyways, love y'all. Bye. Things you thought were normal growing up. Lighting mom's cigarettes off the stove as a little kid and then bringing them to her. And then she wondered why we were addicted to nicotine by like age 12 because...
And the crazy part is we had gas stove. Do you know how many times I burnt my eyebrows trying to light her cigarette and trying to get me a few puffs before I got it to her?
I would be like, I'm just trying to get it, Mom. I'm just trying to get it to, stay lit.
She knew what she was doing.
But she started letting us smoke when we were like, what, 14?
14. I was 14 years old.
I was 14 too.
She said, might as well do it in front of my face instead of behind my back. Ain't no way I'd tell my kids that.
Hell no.
No.
Shoot, I was Smokey Joe.
I mean, 22, I'm like, boy, you smoking?
Yeah.
No, Mama.
No. Mm-mm. So, yeah.
I want people to stitch this and tell me when they knew they were white trash.
When Mama didn't speak to her sister for 2 years over a can of SpaghettiOs.
Or the family dinner, Mama had both sisters in the headlock because they were fighting, so she was going to get in between them, but end up getting into a fight with both of them. And the brother-in-law having to slap Mama, and we was asked to leave.
When the first time Jessica saw the Just Busted paper, which is like the arrest paper, Mama was on the cover of it with the bun in her hair and her little glasses, and she looked like a little granny.
Yes.
Lord, Purple Jean. When the jail calls you and tells you that they arrested your daddy and he missed supper time, so I don't know if you could bring him a plate up there.
Or Mama knew every time that Section 8 opened to get a new place to live.
She was the first one in line.
She knew the